Okay, hello everybody. Still working on this project to take a bunch of metal and hopefully pay for the property taxes. So once again, we got a raise, a little over $600, and I've spent the last couple of days throwing metal out the fire escape. So Dave's coming over at 7:30 in the morning, and we're gonna spend 2 days just going back and forth to the scrapyard. So there's just a couple more things I need to do, and then I need to prepare the trailer. So yeah, I want to show you something. So we got this pile of ceiling fans over here, and when we first bought the building, we had a quick sale of a bunch of stuff that was in here, and we put several fans in the sale for $1, and nobody wanted any of them. So the good thing is that they're really heavy, and probably there's copper wire in them, but I just don't have the time to do that. I have to prioritize. So these blades on the fans are extremely resilient. So I got this sledgehammer, and I'm gonna be knocking those off and throwing them out. So it's a really good chunk of weight. That just made a liar out of me. That broke. Yeah, they're pretty resilient. So this one made a total liar out of me. Now, on a different YouTube channel, they would not add that into the video. They would edit it out for the sake of their pride, but not me. I have no pride. Whoa, this is a PG channel. So hopefully the scrapyard won't care too much about that. I don't know why those are breaking so easy. Maybe there's a few different models. I don't know. I spent a lot of time trying to break them in the past and had zero luck. But I'll take it. Okay, all done. So we're gonna throw these out, and then I'm gonna go fix up the trailer and then load it. Tomorrow morning we are heading straight to Moneytown. Okay, last one. All of these cardboard boxes up here a few days ago were filled with sheet tin from HVAC. A lot of trips, and it's all laying right out here. Look at all that. Not sure if there's a place to recycle this cardboard. I'll have to call around. If not, it's all gonna get burned. But the preference would be to recycle it. So, and it would be a lot quicker if I can just drop it off. So I don't want to be that guy with metal blowing out all over the place. And so I'm going to very quickly throw some sides on the trailer. So basically what I did was just took a 2-pound hammer and smashed these boards in here, and I'm just screwing some sides on. I know that I could like put one board in here and then offset with another board and then come up and avoid this rail here. But this stuff's gonna be on for like 48 hours. So it just needs to make a few trips to the scrapyard and then I'm gonna take it down. It's getting dark, I need to get this loaded because we wanna start first thing in the morning and make as many trips as possible in a single day. So please forgive me for not taking the time to make it look super pretty and do it right because it's just gonna get pulled back off, so. Okay, it's not pretty, but it's gonna hold the stuff in. So we can lower that back gate, goes down to a ramp, and then we can also throw stuff in on the front. So I'll also strap over it once I have the whole thing loaded. Okay, so last night the battery ran out and I didn't get to show the end result, but that didn't mean I didn't keep working. So there's the trailer loaded. It's a 14-foot trailer and I've got it filled pretty much to the brim. So sadly, that's mostly light tin, so it's not a lot of weight, not a lot of mass in there. So I'm thinking it's going to be about $35 or $40 worth of metal. So we'll see how that goes. There is one tragedy, and that is, this is the tire. I wish it was because, flat. I wish it was because the metal was so heavy, but that's not the case. Just an old tire. So we're a little bit delayed. And we're gonna put on a different tire now and then take that to, I don't know if it needs patched or what, we're gonna take it up to the tire shop, see what they can do. Because a new tire costs roughly 2 whole trips to the scrapyard. So I would be, that's not gonna work. So yeah, let's get this tire changed and go see what a whole trailer worth of scrap tin is worth today. So the goal is $600. Probably not going to get anywhere near that. So you didn't load anything. What do you think we'll get for this?
No idea.
No idea. We're $30 back because it costs $30 to repair the tire. So that's if they're able to do it. So technically we're shooting for $630. So. It's amazing how much like non-metal stuff is in there, like tires and, you know, like there's dishwasher. Dishwasher is basically completely plastic. So I guess they calculate all that in. Okay, so we're all unloaded and we're gonna go see, we're gonna go pull up on the scale, and then the difference in the weights is what they pay you for, so. I hope it's enough to pay for the tire. Moving backwards. Okay, we got $74.55 for the first trip, so that's not too bad. I was expecting it to be a lot less, so. All right, next trip. Okay, so I thought while we're at it, I got this stuff here, and we're right here by the front gate, so I'll just throw this on and then we'll go around and start on all that HVAC pile. Okay, round 2. Here we go. Dave says it's similar to the last load. I think it's a little bit lighter, but we'll see. And we're using between $5 and like $8 somewhere in there per trip. So gotta keep that in mind as well. Unfortunately. So David was right, $68.25. So it was pretty close to the last load. Little bit by little bit, we're getting there. Okay, so this is gonna be an interesting one. I've got a few fans in there, a couple larger pieces, but the bulk of this is all HVAC. So it's the really light tin stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what this one brings, because it makes up a gigantic portion of what's there. So yeah, I'd be happy if it got between 40 and $50. That would be great. $56, so we're just chipping away at it. Okay, next day, round 2. Still a gigantic pile, and I left my gloves at home, so I need to go see if I can find some somewhere else in the building. Okay, so just estimating, I think once I take this trailer in, we got about 1.5 more trips there. We got a bunch in the building, and then some kind of unique stuff I still have to, there's like a big old bed frame and a couple other chunky items that I gotta throw out. And it's looking like I'm not gonna hit the goal, not even close. So it's 3.5 days of taking all this, and I'm guessing I'm gonna end up with around $300 in scrap. So not great. But the other benefit is the building is getting cleaned out. So I have to keep that in mind and not get too down about it. So let's go see how much money we got in the trailer. Okay, so here we are. And the way this works is you pull onto the scale, you unload, and you come back out. It weighs the difference. But there's this truck parked on the scale. Check this out. What could he possibly be hauling? See that I'm recording him. Environmental. What could that be? Because it's not open for the crane to dump a bunch of stuff in. Not sure. And also, do you see those white boxes on the side of the scale? Those are for detecting radiation, I was told, which was kind of a surprise to me. Hope I don't have anything radioactive. I do have a magnetic personality, so maybe it'll register on their gauges. 6,820 pounds. So usually that big crane right there will come unload your trailer for you. But I got these sides on and it's not very effective. He has a magnet, and I think the benefit of that for them is it leaves all the plastic behind on your trailer. All right. I got one glove, so that's my throw in hand. I'm gonna run by Harbor Freight and pick up a pair. Who needs Zumba? Who needs aerobics? This is the new exercise fad. Okay, so got my workout in today, or the first dose out of hopefully 3 or 4, and I'm out of breath. I don't know what that guy was waving at. Okay, let's see what the scale is. £6,000. Hey, lightweight today.
You're in the white truck, right?
Yeah. Okay. What was your name? I forgot.
Michelle.
Okay, because you say Chris every time, and I feel guilty that
Oh, don't worry about
I
it.
forgot what your name was.
Just call me Hay.
Hey, okay. That's a good nickname, Hey.
Hey. There you go.
Okay.
305.
Thank you so much. You too. Okay, so I knew that was going to be a little bit less. That was nothing but HVAC. The good thing is, now I have a pretty good way to calibrate my guesses. So 6,000 pounds minus the entry weight, and that leaves a total of, and a grand cash total for this trip of $43.05. So nothing to sneeze at. So, you know what's really weird is if you're not talking about aluminum and non-ferrous metals, that kind of stuff, you're just talking about your run-of-the-day or run-of-the-mill average scrap metal stuff that you find around. There's like 3 categories, and there's prepared steel, unprepared steel, and what they call baling tin here. It might be called different things in different places, but so prepared steel is like the heavy gauge stuff that is like 3/8 of an inch or thicker, and then it's cut down into sizes that can fit inside a 3x3 by 3 feet box, and then you get the best price for that. So the weird thing is it's really not that much more than unprepared steel, which is you just throw the heavy stuff in, and you know, you get the heavy steel price. But the thing that really surprises me is that unprepared steel, so that like that heavy gauge stuff that you you know, you throw in your trailer, it might have a little bit of like a rubber hose on it or something like that. It's $105 for a net ton. But they're also paying $105 for baling tin. And when you look at that pile, there's like lawnmowers with rubber wheels on it, bicycles with seats, dishwashers, which are like 95% plastic. You know, the non-metal content is really high. So I don't know if they just don't, you know, worry too much about that or what. I'm sure when they process it, that all gets melted and burned off. But still, they're paying a lot for non-metal, and it really makes that random stuff worth more than unprepared steel, which is really weird because they're, you know, they're having to pay for all the plastic and rubber and fiberglass and all that other stuff that's on there. So it's just really surprising to me. $105 for baling tin, which is whatever, and $105 for unprepared clean steel. So for me, it makes all the sense in the world just to not spend any time at all cleaning the steel and making it, you know, prepared. It makes no sense to separate unprepared steel from baling tin. Just throw it all on the trailer and get paid exactly the same amount. They can use that big crane grabber thing to fish out what they want. So just really surprising. So Illinois is basically a prairie state. It's really flat, there's no hills. It's all cornfields and bean fields as far as you can see, with the odd line of trees that separates different farmers' fields. And that's what makes this hill really unique. It's the only hill for probably 100 miles, and that's the local landfill. It was the landfill where all of our trash went to as I was growing up, and I guess it finally reached capacity and they've closed it down. So now it just serves as a transfer station. You can still take trash there, but they load it into giant dumpsters and truck it to Effingham, which is about 45 minutes away. And one interesting thing is they've got these vent pipes there for methane gas that builds up, I guess, bacteria, eat all that stuff that's in there, and then there's methane gas buildup and they've got to burn it off. And so there's these giant pipes that come out of the hill, and at nighttime they're all lit up and burning to burn off that gas. And you know, when you're 16, you got nothing else to do. It's super romantic. You can bring your date out there to just watch the stinky methane light show out there in the middle of a cornfield. Yeah, I'm just kidding, but yeah, they do have those flames, the eternal methane flame of Charleston, Illinois. Okay, loaded up, back again. So that is weird. My unloaded weight, if you remember from last time, is exactly 6,000 pounds. And my loaded weight with this HVAC is 7,000 pounds, exactly. So I'm really curious, because the sign says 105 per ton. So half of that, which is 1,000 pounds, would be $52.50. So let's see if that's exactly what they give. We can keep them honest. Okay, all unloaded. Good grief. The only thing I don't know, I think there's two different kinds of tons. Is it metric ton and net ton? And I don't know, one of them is 2,000 pounds and one is a little more. So I guess if I get $52.50, it's one of those, and if I get much less, it's obviously the other. So okay, let's go find out. Okay, so exactly 6,000 pounds, which is the same as last time, but I have an extra sheet of plywood on here, so either the scale is just making a rough approximation, or I lost about 9 pounds. Maybe 9 pounds of sweat. So she explained to me that it's a net ton and a gross ton, and it's 2,000 pounds, and they are exactly right on. They don't mess around. So it's $105 per net ton. I had 1,000 pounds, so I have $52.50. So exactly right. Nice. Can you believe it? It's all loaded. The last one. So last night I went home. I was so tired and dirty, and I was, kind of thinking to myself that this is a new experience for me. I've never really done the whole metal scrapping type thing, and then I thought, you know what? This is kind of a metaphor for my experience in life, which is like at the beginning of the project, I'm carrying these armfuls of metal to the trailer, and I'm thinking, oh, I throw it in, that's money. And then I go back and I get another load, and I'm thinking, oh man, that's money. And I'm excited, and it's money every time. And then after 3 days of it, I'm thinking, that's work. I'm exhausted. And then I start thinking, man, they're not paying me enough for this. So yeah, it's a metaphor for my life. And I forgot to mention the total for yesterday, that last trip. I was so tired I didn't even think to film it. It was $48.25. So this is the last of the stuff outside, and we've got some room left in the trailer. So I have a couple places on the ground floor with a whole bunch of stuff that I can clear out. So I'm gonna pick that up, and I think this will be my last metal trip for this this visit to the States. And I may do a run of aluminum later, but yeah. And then as soon as I get it over there, we'll get the total, and then we'll get the grand total and see how far we still need to go to raise the money for the first part of the property tax for 2023.
Okay, let's see if I can back this trailer all the way down there.
Okay, no issues. The nice thing about having such a wide bay. And then here's my little stash that I still need to throw on. Okay, so guaranteed 65 bucks. Guaranteed. There's a little bit heavier stuff than HVAC in that one, so fingers crossed. Oh no. It's pouring rain. And I'm already over here. So it looks like I'll be unloading and getting wet. And it doesn't look good. I'm looking at the direction that the rain is coming from, and it's just gonna get worse. So I guess I'll just grit my teeth and bear it and get it done. Got some lead. I don't know if that can be sold here or not. Okay. What did I guarantee? $65? Cannot trust a guarantee from Chris. Don't trust that guy. So it was like $57.80 for that load, and I thought that little bit of lead was going to save me, because they gave me a ticket. It said like $15.08, and I thought, wow, that puts me over. And my guarantee is I backed it up, but as it turns out, it was 15 pounds 8 ounces, and they pay 30 cents a pound, so it was like $5.75 or something like that. I can't remember the exact penny. So, but I'll count it at home, and I'll put the grand total for the entire trip right here. And yeah, that's it for this one. I used to see guys scrapping, and I know some guys eke out a living, and I got to give those guys a lot of respect, because after doing all this, I'm done with it. I do not want to do it anymore. So I don't know, at least not for a couple more months, because I still got stuff I got to get out of the building. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I'll talk to you again next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.